Hello friends and welcome back to the Steampunk Saga. So last episode I mentioned that we were going to get some more houses up to level 3. And these houses over here behind the town hall are in the perfect location, they're the perfect size, and the materials aren't too tricky, so we've upgraded these to level 3. Now I know what you're thinking, hang on a sec, how did you get these level 3? The builder's huts are still level 2. Well, we came around to this new builder's hut that we have that's nearer to the basin, and we've upgraded this bad boy to level 3 as well. Which is a very exciting moment. The building gets much bigger and the whole colony now is primed to be level 3. But we're going to hold off on that because it's quite an expensive endeavor. What I want to do this episode is jump back into Create. It's been quite a while since we looked into Create mod, and it's a really beautiful mod. Honestly, I love it to bits. You guys know that. And I reckon if you're watching, you guys have a soft spot for it as well. Now this episode, like I said, we're gonna build an airfield. This is a huge and very exciting moment because we do have a mod in the pack called Immersive Aircraft, and I'm dying to build one of these amazing vehicles. So let's jump in. Now to get the ball rolling, we're gonna have to build the airfield itself. Luckily enough for you guys, I have designed a blueprint for an airfield. Now like always, my blueprints are available to Patreon and YouTube members over on the Discord, but we are gonna need the actual blueprint itself, or is it a schematic? There we go. So we'll grab this create schematic out of here, no sweat, go over to the schematics table. Then if we right click, we can put this in here and see if we can load up. There it is, yeah, the airfield. Now this is a very big build. It's too big for the builder, and we also want to build this on the outskirts of the colony. It's going to be too far away for the builder to build, so we're going to have our old friend, the schematic cannon, build this instead. Now like most of the builds that I put into schematics and blueprints, it's very cheap on materials. Now my idea for this blueprint is we're going to come over here and put it up on top of this hill. It's kind of out of the way, a bit too far away for us to put any colony buildings, but it is the perfect area for us to plonk this airfield. Now as you can see, this thing is pretty huge. Also what I want to do is kind of have the runway lead out over the colony a little bit. So anyway, let's right click and I can show you the silhouette of what this thing looks like. Oh my god, yeah, it's big, it's impressive. It's kind of in the same style of my player house, and the materials aren't too crazy. Stone brick, oak wood, a few bricks is the hardest thing to get, but all in all, a very simple build. So that's kind of everything in place. Now we're going to go and grab the schematics cannon. I'm going to feed the cannon all the things it's going to need to get this built, and I'll join you guys for that time lapse because this is going to look amazing. So the schematic cannon now is fully loaded with all the things it needs to build this airfield, but there's no real reason to build this airfield. Thinking about it, all we really need is a flat piece of land. But it's going to be much easier to land the plane if we have a nice long runway. Also, I think it'd be really cool to have an area where we can store all of the aircraft that we make. Plus also, it obeys the rule of cool, it does look pretty awesome. Everything came together pretty much without a hitch until the schematic cannon started to build the roof. And this is where things got really nuts. For some reason, the schematic cannon was building these shingles with all kinds of different materials as the actual shingles. And, well, it's definitely a look. And I will admit it does look kind of cool in some ways, but yeah, it also looks very, very messy. So if you ever make your own schematics, do not use Minecolonies Domum Ornamentum blocks because yeah, this could happen to you. Luckily enough though, it's only the shingles and that's something we can super easily fix. And there we go, the build is finally complete. And wacky shingle colors aside, I think it looks pretty cool. But we're only halfway there, or not even that, because yeah, this airfield, this airport, needs some actual aeroplanes. So here we go, the airfield. This hangar is going to be, yeah, a reasonable size to house our airplane. Come through here, and also we have a bit of a lookout tower over here. You have to go back through the hangar, but this is kind of like mission control, like air traffic control. Although, since it's just me and a plane, there's not really going to be much traffic controlling going on, but this is a really cool look out over the colony as well. And also if you come over here, this white H signifies our helipad. Because not only are there aeroplanes, but there's also a pretty cool quadcopter. And the quadcopter is really good for helping you build, so that's something we want to make as well. Now, after thinking about it and trying to work out why the schematic cannon would build those crazy shingles, I think I kind of realized why it did it. And this is what I'm talking about. So basically, yeah, when you type in clay shingles and you look for the recipe for the item, the preview scrolls through every single type of material you could possibly put on the shingles. And I think what the schematic cannon was doing was reading this recipe and putting down these materials as the recipe was kind of scrolling through all of the options. And that would make sense because there's a real smorgasbord of materials here. Like, look at that wacky wood. Don't know what's going on there, but yeah, it's a style. It looks weird, but we're definitely going to change it, so don't worry. We'll keep it here for now because that's a big job. Anyway, talking about big jobs, let's go and see if we can make some aeroplanes. Oh man, this is a big moment. A big, huge moment. One of these Emerald Torchmaster torches. Oh yeah. So in the comment section, you guys really saved my bacon. You told me that if I go to Torchmaster, the Emerald Magnum Torch doesn't actually prevent monster spawns. It's a bit deceptive, but if you hold shift, it says mob types creature. Compared to a Diamond Magnum Torch, where when you press shift, it says monster. So these emerald torches are not actually protecting our colonists at all in any way. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna have to come back around and replace the emerald torches with either diamond or amethyst, but even amethyst is a bit different as well. This only stops underground water creatures. Axolotls. Why would it stop you from... That's weird, that's a weird thing. So it's gonna have to be diamond magnum torches that we use. Anyway, what's up, Toodles? How's it going? So yeah, we're going to be making aeroplanes this episode. Let's take a look at how that's done. Now, there's a lot going on with the Immersive Aircraft mod, and there's some really cool things here. So number one is the actual aircraft themselves. You've got the Gyrodyne, which is kind of like a mix between a quadcopter, a helicopter, and a plane. You've got the quadcopter, which is basically like a drone, but pedal-powered, I guess, or coal-powered. There is, of course, a biplane. Amazing, fast, rather reliable. This is basically, yeah, the speedy plane. There's a warship. Oh my god, a flying fortress, slow but heavily armed. That sounds amazing. A cargo airship, which I guess is good for moving lots of stuff. And a regular airship, which is kind of trash and great for getting bricks thrown at. Now, we're not going to make all of these because it's probably quite tricky, but we're going to make some of the coolest ones. And we're going to start with the quadcopter because that's really going to help us get around and build. Basically, you can place blocks while flying this thing, and it's omnidirectional, like you can go up and down. It's like very primitive, creative flight. In fact, even the tooltip says perfect for building. And that's about it. But honestly, that makes it so essential. Now we'll need bamboo, propellers, and an engine. An engine is as simple as a boiler, some cobblestone stuff, and a boiler is only copper ingots and a furnace. That's very simple to make. The propeller is just a load of iron, no sweat. And bamboo, yeah, you don't need me to explain bamboo. Let's go and grab those things and see if we can make it. Oh, now check this out, we're very low on bamboo. So can we actually either A, make a bamboo farm, or B, bone meal this up? Have we got any bone meal in here? We must do. 3 and 10 bones, might as well turn those into bone meal because this is pretty vital. Down goes the bamboo, right click on the bone meal. Yes, you can bone meal bamboo, that's the greatest news I've ever had. Then we'll chop this down. Oh yeah, falls down just like sugarcane, and now we can go and make ourselves a quadcopter, I'm fairly sure. And yeah, honestly, it's so stupid that I haven't made this already, because this is a really simple craft. That's all the bits for the engine, in it goes. Boom, there's the quadcopter. Well, alright, let's go give this a test flight. Now there's also a whole bunch of other things on this menu here. And these aren't all flying machines, there isn't like a weird flying pipe or a flying crossbow. These are actually upgrades to the aircraft, so you can get more engine power, less fuel requirement, more speed, you can even add guns, and I think there's actually bombs here. Oh, but check it out, there is a rotary cannon, wow, like a Gatling gun. There's a heavy crossbow, Is that a razor blade? Oh no, a bomb bay. Yeah, so you can drop TNT on your foes. That sounds amazing. But the quadcopter itself is not built for combat. This thing can barely go up and down. Anyway, I think it will need some fuel, so we'll see if we can grab some coal. And let's give it a test flight. In fact, let's fly it up to the helipad. Here we go, the moment of truth. Oh yeah, so look at this thing. This thing is freaking amazing. Now it's got no fuel, obviously. So if we right click on it, press E while we're sitting in it, we can put the coal in the boiler. Oh yeah, it works. So this fires up. If I hold space, I go up. If I hold shift, yeah, I go down. And you can kind of go side to side, backwards and forwards. So if you go back into first person mode, this is really good for building because you can just swoop around a building and say, ooh, where's my cobblestone? Yeah, I need to put a bit of cobblestone on the roof over here. Why not? Boom, there you go. Oh no, I put the cobblestone in the wrong place. It's okay, I can use a diamond pickaxe. It's so good. This thing is so powerful for building. So long as you can put up with the racket of those engines because they are not quiet. Whoosh, up and away. Oh yeah, what a great test flight. Okay, and we're going to maneuver this here and land this on the helipad because this is definitely like a helicopter. And how do I get off this thing? There we go, and we're off. So cool. Okay, that is vehicle number 1. Let's go and check out number 2. Okay, so back to the crafting table and vehicle number 2. So this time we're going to skip the gyrodyne because, well, no, I'll make it. I'm going to make all of these because why not? I want to show you guys absolutely everything. So let's go and test this gyrodyne and fly this up to our airfield. Here we go. So right click and it goes down. As you can see, it's got a big propeller like a helicopter and wings. Kind of looks a bit like a bat. If a bat was made out of wood and had a shoddy build quality. I'm going to give it some oak wood. Sure. Wait, hang on a sec. Oh, yeah, of course, there was no engine in this build, and that's because this thing literally is pedal power. So you hold down forwards, wait until you get up to speed, and oh yeah, now we're flying. Oh, this thing's amazing. I love it. Is that a grindstone on the front? What the hell? But yeah, this thing is very, very cool indeed. You can get some serious altitude with this, so it's great for scouting around, seeing, honestly, if you want to find a cool place to build your base, building one of these to find your first area probably isn't such a bad idea. But it does suffer from a bit of a low speed going on here, so it's not exactly the quickest of cats. But let's see if we can bring it in for a landing. Here we go. Mission control, this is Big Daddy. Roger that, Big Daddy. In the pipe, 5x5. Here we go. Coming in for a land. Oh, yeah. Man, I love airplanes. It was one of my favorite episodes in Feed the World was when I built the biplane. What was it called? The Spruce Moose? Yeah, the Spruce Moose. And that was, oh my god, I just love these things. They're so cool. Now we're trying to save the warehouse for the biplane itself, so I'm just going to park this thing at the end of the runway. I think that's fair enough. There we go. Does it go backwards? No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, that'll do. Let's get out of there. Now, as you can see, if I go back into it, this thing does also have room for upgrades. There's a weapon slot, there's an upgrade slot, well, there's 3. So you can upgrade these things quite massively. But these are pretty much scrub aircraft. We're going to save our upgrades for the real deal. Next on the crafting table is the warship. Now, this is one I haven't tried. This is new to the mod since I last played it, and the fact that it comes with like weapons and stuff sounds amazing. Okay, here we go. So yeah, there's 3 different airships. There's the basic one, which is kind of like, well, it's basically as bad as a quadricopter. It's real trash. You may remember it from Blocks of Power. There's well, not the TV series, because that'd be wild. But the cargo airship, that's kind of like a big airship. But what we're going for is the warship, which I think is like a super big airship. A flying fortress. Oh my god, and it's not easy to make. Now, I prepared most of this stuff, if I go back into the crafting table. So most of this stuff we have, the only things we're missing are a cargo airship and industrial gears. Industrial gears, not a problem. Now we've got some. And the cargo airship, okay, and the cargo airship, wow, so this is like a bit of like a construction chain. Well, if that's the case, then there's absolutely no reason for me to not show you all of these, since we can fly it, dig it up, and off we go. So next up, we're going to see the normal airship. Let's take a look at this. Here we go. Now, this thing does need fuel again. So we'll put some wood in the burner, and let's go for a bit of a flight. Same controls as usual. You get a cool trail effect, which I like a lot. But yeah, this is pretty much the worst airship. I think it's slower than a gyrodyne. You're a bigger target. If an arrow hits this balloon, it's going to pop and you're going to die. And that's not going to be any kind of fun. Also, watch out for bricks because they happen as well. In fact, I think it's even getting cracks around the balloon already. And I didn't know that cloth could crack, but apparently this one can. Aw man, way cool though, way cool. Still very, very awesome. And that is the basic airship. Dig it up and let's build the next one. And you can pick up these like boats basically, you just whack them until they break. There we go. So there we go, that's everything. And this is the cargo airship. Now it's almost not worth me showing you this because it's not very impressive. It's basically the regular airship, but with chests. But still, there you go, take a look. The balloon is no bigger. I think it gets more engines on the side. But yeah, it's big, it's slow, it's unwieldy. We haven't got any fuel, but I'm not going to power this up. Because, oh my god though, look at this. Look how much room you get in the chests. It's not incredible, and if you're carrying a backpack, what's the point? But maybe good for a mining trip. Anyway, let's dig it up and move on to the real juice. We're going to make the warship now, and this is the most exciting thing. So the warship, what do we need to make this? Oh yeah, a nice amount of things, but these are all things we have loads of already. I prepared loads and loads of materials for these aircraft to make things easier, and boom, the warship. Now, first up, we're going to take a look at the warship. Because I want to add some upgrades to this thing because it looks, or it could potentially be, amazing. Oh my god, it's huge! Look at this thing! It looks like a flying fish. It's got armor on the sides. Is that barbed wire at the top? That's brave because that could pop the balloon. But oh my god, it's got loads of chests as well, so good carrying capacity. There's a crossbow on the front. Wow. Well, let's climb in. Oh my god, it's so big, it's really hard to fly. But if we press E... Whoa, it's got 3 engines! 3 engines! That's crazy! We'll power up all 3 engines. Oh my god, this thing is freaking cool! Oh, this is amazing. So how do I shoot the gun? Do I need like a gunner as well? Oh, that sucks. So if someone else can sit in the gun position, I think they can fire a crossbow? That is a bit of a shame, but this thing is so cool! So cool! What does it look like first person though? Okay, yeah, it's not too hard to fly. I can kind of see where I'm going. And we're not going to destroy this because this is one I want to keep. But before we fly it up to the airfield, because we're also going to park this on the helipad, I want to see if I can add some weapons to this. So we're looking to add some weaponry. I think this is the perfect time to put the rotary cannon into motion. Now, the rotary cannon could be quite hard to make. No, it's not. Look at this. That's so good. I can make the gears pretty simply. We'll need some gunpowder, so we'll grab some of that out of the computer, but we'll need to save some because we need that for the schematic cannon. And let's hook this thing up. So if I right click on, oh wait, so yeah, basically these aircraft have a durability. And if the thing is not 100% repaired, you have to spam right click until it does repair, but you don't need materials to repair it, so don't worry about that too much. Go in here, we're gonna, add a gun to, weapon slot? Yeah, there we go, weapon slot number 1. And let's see if we can fire this thing. So I'll go first person. Out of ammo. Oh, of course. Right, so we need to also add in the does the ammo go in the weapon slot? Or does it just go in the inventory? Let's find out. Oh my god! Oh my god, that is so cool! Now it goes through gunpowder pretty quick, but that is absolutely devastating. But we can't give this a test flight without trying that weaponry on some of the local wildlife. So I'm going to get some coal, fill this up to the max, get some more gunpowder, and let's go hunting cows. So right, let's do this. I'm going to press E, put some coal in here instead of wood. Load this bad boy up. The coal should last a lot longer. We've got the remainder of the gunpowder. I'll have to get some more. But also I've made a second rotary cannon because I'm wondering if we can actually fire 2 cannons at the same time. Let's give it a try. Oh my god, yes, that works! Oh, double the miniguns! Oh yeah, look, and the rotary cannons go on the top of the aircraft. That is so cool! And they point at wherever you're aiming as well. Oh, that is amazing. Well, okay, I see some pigs and some cows on the map to the south. Let's go and waste these fools. Here we go, there's a sheep. Let's rat-tat-tat him. Come here, you. Oh, yeah. Oh, 2 shots and he's down. So this thing is pretty powerful as well. Oh, that's so cool, man. Imagine what this thing could do to like an invading army or a massive raid. Like if we get a massive raid over there on the colony, this thing would absolutely shred barbarian hordes. Oh my god, I thought the biplane was going to be the coolest thing, but it's actually this bad boy. This is so cool. Aw, man, yeah, I am so glad we added this mod to the pack because this is my favorite thing in Minecraft right now. So we'll maneuver this back up to the airfield and park this on the helipad. Now it does go backwards very slowly, which is kind of ideal because there's no way I could land this if I couldn't go backwards, but oh man, so cool. This looks amazing just parked here. Well, okay, it's time to build the final aircraft that we're going to look at this episode, which is actually the last aircraft anyway, and that is the biplane. Because I want to use the biplane to go all the way over to the sunflower biome that we marked on the map. It's beyond this location here. I got halfway and got bored or died or something and got sent back, but I think next time we can go the distance for real. So let's take a look. If I remember rightly, the biplane is the hardest thing to craft. No, actually, this is very, very, very simple. We do need some more hulls. That's not a complicated recipe. Put those in the computer. And boom, we have a biplane. But let's take a look at what we can put in this to actually upgrade its speed. Now, a steel boiler looks like a bit of a no-brainer. This is incredible. 25% engine power and minus 50% fuel. Wait, no, that's extra fuel requirement. Ooh, so that means it's not going to be great for long distance. So it's really not a good choice for us going to get that sunflower. As far as weapons go, though, we're definitely going to make a bomb bay, which needs TNT. Improved landing gear looks good. It's going to give us extra takeoff speed, which could be important because our runway isn't super long. It could be longer. A gyroscope will reduce the wind effect, which I think is probably really good for us. I don't know if that's going to be an issue, wind. But it definitely won't be now, once we get these things in position. And lastly, we're just going to put some sturdy pipes in that's going to give us a flat 10% extra engine power. Pretty cool. I'll make 2, just in case we can also upgrade it twice, but if we can't, we can put that in the warship instead. Well, okay, that's everything. Let's go up to the airfield, and we're going to need to take off from the runway for this one. Oh man, I need an easier way to get up here because climbing up this mountain is a real annoyance. Okay, so we're actually going to move the gyrodyne. because it is kind of in the way a bit. Let's just park you over here for now. Don't worry, we'll find a good place for you to live at some point. There we go. And let's put down the biplane. So here we go. It faces, yep, the direction in which you put it down. It's quite big. That's a decent wingspan. But as you can see, our runway is the perfect size for this. We will have to thread the needle a little bit, but it also fits inside our warehouse too. So this thing isn't going to get wet and rust. Well, mostly because it's made out of wood, so it might rot. Anyway, let's climb in and start plugging in these upgrades. So we put in the sturdy pipes, the landing gear, the gyroscope, and the bomb bay over here. There's also a banner slot if you want to rock like some cool heraldry. But can we double up on the sturdy pipes? No, so it's 1 sturdy pipes per aeroplane, but no worries. We'll put the TNT in the storage. There are boost rockets. Wait, we can make a boost rocket? I guess that classes as just a firework. And for now, to give it a test flight, we're just going to use the oak planks. Well, okay, let's kick this into gear. Oh, now that's quite a quick takeoff. That's not too bad. But the question is, how do I fly up? Oh, I didn't turn the engine on. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, God! No! Whoa, that was close. Oh my God, that was real close. But this thing's a real beast. So you hold space to boost the engine power. Let's go first person, see if there's anything else it shows me. Not really. It's regular plane controls. You push forwards to go down. You press back to pull up. Very cool. We can go third person again. You get these cool trails. Can we do a barrel roll? Let's do a barrel roll. Oh, I can't do a barrel roll. Well, never mind. And it moves at a pretty decent speed. So if you just basically set your eyes on the horizon, it maintains air altitude. We're not going down at all. That's great. So you can kind of just go, make a cup of tea, come back, and fingers crossed, you're halfway across the map. But oh my God, this thing's real cool. So the moment of truth now, let's try dropping a bomb. Here we go, there's the village. And are you ready? Bombs away! Oh. Okay, that wasn't as impressive as I was hoping. So it looks like the TNT that you drop doesn't actually break the environment, so it only does damage to stuff. Ah, this is super cool, but before we head home, I'm going to do a bit of a victory lap because this thing looks amazing. Oh man, yeah, what a wild ride. Okay, so the moment of truth. They say the hardest thing about flying is the takeoff and the landing. The takeoff wasn't too bad. Well, let's not lie here. That was a nightmare. I almost died. But can I land this thing? So I'm going to shut the engine off when we approach the runway with shift. Oh. Oh my God. You barely need a runway. You could land this on the head of a pin. That's amazing, though. Let's dismount and take a breather. So, my dudes, this was the flying episode. We tried out all of the airships from Immersive Aircraft and the upgrades, and they're all super amazing. I can't wait to take this bad boy on a trip over to grab some sunflowers. In the comment section below, I want you to let me know which was your favorite ship from all of these. Was it the biplane, the warship, which is amazing, or the quadcopter, which is super cool for building? Or maybe even the gyrodyne because it's kind of cool looking. But also we definitely need some names for these aeroplanes because we had the Spruce Moose and Feed the World, so we need a name for the quadcopter, the warship, and the biplane. So in the comment section, I'd love to see what you guys think we should be naming our aircraft. But a massive thank you for watching. Until next time, my dudes, take care.